Lions TV, the voice of reason. Tony Thomas is back in town. What do you make of today's performance, Tony?
Well, I thought we was quite flat in the first half. I think it took until their goal, to liven us up. And I was actually quite impressed once they scored. We passed the ball around really well. I don't know where that came from, because we haven't really shown that kind of possession football.
It's like we're never mediocre. We're awful, or all of a sudden something clicks, and I mean, we was brilliant towards the end there.
Well, it's energy, isn't it? Energy and desire, and sometimes when we're flat, we're really, like you said, we're really flat. But once we took hold of the game, no, we really should have won that at the end. Surprisingly, they were trying to kill time. With them like trying to stay up.
I think they knew they was on the rails.
Yeah, they were on the rails. They were boxers trying to stay in the match and hope for points, which they literally did get the point. But like I said, once they scored the goal, the second half performance, let's not focus on the first, because that was gone and done. And they got a goal from a corner that they shouldn't really have had, in my opinion. And Tomkins made a good save.
I said Tomkins good save. You said he could have held it.
It was a reaction save, but he's pushed it right out into the middle of the. You can't do that. Whether it's a reaction save or not, you cannot push it straight out. It's a reflex save. So obviously he stopped the shot, but you can't put it where he's put it, and it's harsh on him, because it shouldn't really have been a corner, to be fair, but he's been pushed into the crowd and he's lost it a little bit, and they've taken advantage of that. I don't know whether that made a difference, but it certainly doesn't reflect well on him, because they scored straight after. But as soon as they scored the goal, the possession football that we played, Romeo really kicked in, and Worrell down the wing, and we looked a really decent team. It's the first time that it's given me hope for the that when we get into the playoffs, because I think we'll make the playoffs. I think we'll get 8 points from the last 4 games. I think we'll win both home games, because my son's mascot for the Northampton game, and he's been.
We'll blame him.
Well, he's been mascot twice. We've won twice. So yeah, if we lose, it's all on him, and he'll never be mascot again. So his dreams will be smashed. But I think we'll win both our home games, and I think we'll pick up at least a point in one of the other 2. Bristol Rovers will be a tough game away from home.
I'm hoping, Oxford and Bristol Rovers could be out of it by then, because they're both still in the hunt.
Yeah, I think Bristol Rovers will be out of it by then, and Oxford at home will be a tough game, but I think we'll beat them. Fleetwood will be a tough game. Fleetwood's they're all tough games at this end of the season.
Where do you stand on this Fred on your dimmer turnout?
Well, at the end of the day, it's going to be hard for him. Harris knows our crowd, and it's difficult for a player that's not showing desire to want to stay at the club to be playing. And I can understand his reasons. That's why he doesn't want to bring loan players in from other clubs. He doesn't want to develop players that don't want to be here. If you want to play for Millwall, if you want to commit your future to Millwall, then you'll be in and around the starting 11. Look, to be fair, he's brought Joe Martin back today, so he's obviously not afraid to play players that are in and out of the squad, because Joe Martin's not been in a part, and he's already said that he's not going to be at the ground next season. He's just done his alloys. Yeah, so he's not going to be at the Den next season, Joe Martin, but he's played in, and so I don't think he's afraid of playing Fred.
Cool. You can't do that. You can't go, he's going to leave. That's the sort of thing a girl would take. Play the gears, use his potential, get us up. Thanks very much. Fuck off somewhere else.
Well, he's got to play for a contract.
To put it lightly.
Yeah, well, I can understand that. I wouldn't necessarily say what a girl would say, because there's quite a few girls that would be giving him a load of grief. But he's a decent player, Fred. He's never been as good of a player as potentially his agent might think he is. He's got potential, and he should be showing it on the pitch. He shouldn't be sitting in a dugout waiting for a contract at a championship club for next season, because, listen, he's a young boy. He wants to play football, and that's what he should be doing. He should be playing football for a team that's brought him up, made him who he is at the moment, and he should be showing desire for the club. If he needs to go in the summer, he goes in the summer, and then, well, give him a load of grief when he comes to the Den the next time round. But he should be playing for the shirt at the moment, and whether he's being allowed to do that by Harris or not is another matter. I don't know.
You just brushed on it, and I ain't had you on for a couple of weeks. You've been avoiding me, but Harris, listen, Harris thing, I'm pro Harris, but you say it in a very, very well pointed out way. I just shout and swear and say stupid shit. Why Harris in? And you're bang on. You're absolutely spot on, right? And why?
Well, Harris in because, yes, tactically, he's not the best manager in the league. He's not the best manager in the country. But he's getting better at his tactical now, in my opinion. I know some people disagree with that, but he's getting better with his tactical decisions, which is going to come with experience. He's a young manager. He's 2 or 3 years into his management career, and he's got to learn. And I want him to learn at the Den, because he understands what Millwall as a club need from their players. Yes, we want to be passing the ball around. Yes, we want our players to be playing at their top level, but you need the club on side. You need players to play the way that we expect Look, Ben Thompson again today. I heard his name sung 6 or 7 times. He didn't do anything particularly fantastic in the game, to be honest, but he put himself about, he got himself involved, and he gets sung about because it's the Millwall way. And so, honestly, I think Harris, give him time. And who else are we going to get in? Look, we're getting people that don't understand the club, like Holloway and Lomas. Yeah, we know what being a Millwall supporter and a fan and the players, we know what that's about. No, they don't know what it's about. And you do need to do. You need to know that at this level. Harris has not got £42 million to spend on a player. He's not got £1 million to spend on a player. So he's got to make do with our youth setup. And who's going to know our youth setup and what it goes through the club better than Neil Harris? As far as I'm concerned, there isn't no one out there.
Mate, absolutely spot on. We'll wrap out there. It sounds like we're filming in Heathrow.
Yeah.
I'll see you Friday at Northampton. Good man. Come on, you Lions.